magnificent? The extraordinary brought to the ordinary. I was going to ask Hazel if she would help me pull it off here, but I saved you from doing that. It tells the story of the birth, life, death, and resurrection of Jesus. So for hundreds of years, that has been sung in some of the most famous buildings in the world and some of the most wonderful cities in the world. And here it was in an ordinary food court. And I think that's a little bit like Christianity in general, isn't it? For some people, you're really passionate about what you've discovered in Christianity. And for others, you might go, I can see you're really passionate about that, but I just don't get it. Why? Why are you so passionate? If you had to make up a story about God sending his most important ambassador to visit the planet, how would you tell it? Where would he be born? A palace? The White House? One of the most impressive buildings in the most major cities in the world. God sends his most important ambassador to the most out-of-the-way place. Bethlehem wasn't a special city like London or New York, probably just a little town like Woonona, Coaldale, Bellambi. Why do we celebrate the birth of that child these 2,000 or so years on? He's impacted our world like no other. And the United Nations tells us that over 2 billion people from every nation on this earth would call themselves followers of Jesus. Something big was going down. Have you ever had the opportunity or the inclination to check it out? I think often as Aussies we kind of check it out secondhand, but I'm asking you as adults whether you've ever checked it out firsthand. This is something you can take with you if you like. This is Luke's Gospel, the one that I've been reading from. Luke tells us that he's investigated from the eyewitness accounts and gathered the stories for us. And I wonder if you've ever read them or just heard about them as a child, because I would encourage you to check it out at Christmas, read it as an adult and see what you think. Of course, not every secular historian agrees that Jesus is who he said he is, but that's something we've got to weigh up for ourselves. But the documents themselves are trusted as one of the most plentiful, reliable sources of ancient documents. Have you ever wished, though, that God would give you a sign? I know I have. If there is a God out there, how can I know him? How can anybody know him? Won't you give us a sign? What if somebody heroically gave their life to rescue you, pulled you out of the surf? You would never ignore that, would you? Our lives would be changed if that happened, but that's what God has done. We do need rescuing, and he cares so much for us, and he invites us into a relationship with him. Christmas would be a really great time to say yes, a really great time to say thank you. More than that, Christmas would be a really great time to say, I'd love you to be my king, the place you deserve in my life.